please join me in welcoming on stage the Managing Director and the Chief Executive Officer of the National Stock Exchange, Ashish Kumar Chauhan. Please, sir, make your way. Big round of applause, please. And to speak to him, just to set the tone for this entire conclave, please, Tamanna, make your way to the stage.
All right, thank you. Thank you for that, Alex. Ashish ji, welcome. You know, I can't think of anyone better to talk about the optimism and hope that the Indian markets are seeing right now than Ashish Kumar Chauhan. This is a true believer for the last 3 decades. Even when markets have gone through its worst, even when National Stock Exchange has gone through its worst, he is the SOS call that was made to rev things up. Ashish ji, आजकल आपके कैलेंडर भरे हुए होंगे IPO लिस्टिंग से. हाँ, to start with, रोज हम आपको देखते हैं, you know, we cut to the freshest listing every day on NDTV Profit and we see Ashish ji with some company or the other who's ringing the bell. Now, the day when there are 4 or 5 IPOs, who do you choose with whom you will ring the bell?
No, thank you, and happy Diwali to all your viewers. I think it's a great time for India, a great time to be Indian. And naturally, sometimes we do have 4 or 5 listings in a single day, and sometimes in various parts of India we have bell, so people can select to also do it in their city. But sometimes we have like 4 or 5 listings in NSE building itself, and sometimes they use my room also to ring the bell. So I have to vacate my room for the bell ringing ceremony. So that's how so many happened. And of course, whoever is doing the listing on the atrium, which is where the largest number of listings happen, I try to be there. But I try to also go and take photo at the end with all the listed companies just for the sake of record.
Yeah, I think the booking for Ashish ji right now must be more than any star in Bollywood, because the number of listings and the amount of his time, aapka calendar must be fully blocked, I'm sure.
And I mean, I usually don't know, but I go to the same time and then they tell me go there and I have to do the listing. So it's like a priest job, you know, like a pujari job in the temple. You have to wake up at 5 and do it. Whichever judgment comes, you have to still do the same thing, right? So that's how I do it for the last so many years.
No, but jokes apart, what it's telling us is how robust the primary market has become. Because look at the range of companies coming in. There are giant IPOs. Right now, you know, there's LG, there's Tata Capital. There are smaller IPOs. You might see listing gains in some. Others don't have such a great listing. Nevertheless, it's telling you about the appetite of the Indian business community and the investor. You've seen this for so many decades. How do you look at this trend?
In a way, stock markets were not considered that important in the overall scheme of things in terms of the macroeconomics, in terms of policy making for almost 70 years. And the entire planning model which we sort of adopted in terms of the Mahalanobis model initially by Prime Minister Nehru and things like that, we were very impressed by the what I call the planned economy. And so the stock markets, usually in a socialist country, they get closed down. Fortunately, they didn't close stock markets down when we became independent. And so we have a tradition, but they were like considered a little nuisance to be tolerated rather than a mainstream. But once the NSE came in, that's same time the liberalization also happened. And so slowly, the market cap, which used to be probably 3,70,000 crores or give and take a little that time, has now, in 30 years' time, has now become 460 lakh crore, right? Almost 125, 130 times. And that tells you that most people are now trusting stock markets. More importantly, more than stock markets, they are trusting the entrepreneurs. For me, 78 years of India's independence, what have we earned as a nation is that our small investors' trust in our entrepreneurs is what we have earned, right? You
know, that's a personal story for you. I don't know if many people know this, lekin scam ke victim aap bhi rahe hain. The Harshad Mehta scam.
Yes.
Tell us about that, because what a journey we've made from losing faith in Indian capital markets to, I would say, having blind faith. The SIP numbers from today is telling you that. Dunya mein kuch bhi ho jaye. The Indian investor is standing strong.
No, in my own story, I started my first job in 91, where we were having a balance of payment crisis. And just out of a MBA college, you thought you were the smartest, which is what the exuberance of youth with some amount of sort of training gives you, and overconfidence. And so my salary was 3,000 rupees and I lost 50,000 rupees in the Asher Mehta scandal. And so it took me a long time to recoup and pay back and stuff. But idea is not to over leverage, not to trade in things which you don't understand, and don't trade in derivatives.
But you know, I'm going to stop you there. Just think of that. 3,000 rupees was the salary. He was leveraged at 50,000 rupees, which he lost. You know, there are enough people out there today, and no, there is no scam, but who are as leveraged. What is the caution for them?
No, leverage is the ultimate problem. For companies, when things turn, people who are leveraged are not able to handle themselves, and that's about companies true, but it's also more about individuals. That companies have at least a bankruptcy process in India now. Earlier they were not there. But individuals have no bankruptcy process. So you get stuck for very, very long period in life, and that's why don't leverage, especially for trading or investing. If you have money, first go for house, get some insurance, go for some fixed deposits, save yourself first. After that, 5-10% of your total net worth, if you invest in stock markets, it's okay. But if you are an investor, you are okay. If you think by buying in the morning and selling in the afternoon is called investment, it is not. Although Tamanna might try hard to do the stop loss stuff and all, please don't even get involved. And even if I try, and I'm considered a person who brought derivatives, but it's a very sophisticated instrument. It's not for retail investors. Please don't ever come to this derivatives market if you don't understand it.
You've given me the perfect cue to what I wanted to ask you. Derivatives market, the regulator is going hammer and tongs. You have a very large brokerage player who's saying that their revenues from this space has gone down 40%. What is it looking like for the National Stock Exchange? Are you seeing some of that action drying up?
No, we are. Of course, even when the new regulations were coming up, we had said that this is going to affect revenues by 40 to 60%, and people were not believing. I think even on your channel, there are recordings which say that's not going to affect. But we know, and there are cycles. So what happens is the cycle actually matched with the new regulations coming in play last year, and the market slowed down. At the same time, the new regulations on derivatives both came together. In case they had not synchronized, probably the fall in the revenues would have been much lesser if the markets were going up even further. Then you would have seen some inflow even in derivatives at that time. But since the markets also didn't give great returns in last 1 year, and also the new derivatives regulations came, you saw the interest going down. So at some point in peak, I think January, February, probably 24, we were running 30-40 lakh people trading every month in derivatives. Now probably 22 lakhs in that range are trading in derivatives. So you can see even the number of people trading in derivatives are coming down and things like that, the unique investors.
But you do have now, you're planning new options for daily expiry, but for foreign investors?
No, it's again, the GIFT City market is for the foreigners or for the sophisticated people. So that's a different market. It's not the same market. And there, for the knowledge of the viewers, that market has options available even for monthly. Nobody trades monthly options there also, neither weekly, because that market does not have STT. And that market trades only futures for last 25 years. When it was in Singapore, when it is in GIFT City for last 3 years. Why? Is because India has a huge differential on a notional basis between the STT applicable to the futures versus options. That is, the options is charged on premium and futures are charged on notional. That's where there is an arbitrage, as I call it, tax arbitrage. That's why the Indian market from 2008 started going more towards options premium. 2004, when the STT was employed, that time the options premium plus the notional were charged the STT, and futures were charged on notional. So both had equivalent. That time, 2004 to 2008, there was no difference in terms of the trading volume in notional basis between options and futures. As soon as you went on premium charge, it took off, and now at the same time, if you look at the other way around, that the notional traded, that what is actual value traded in options is even now probably 1/4 or 1/5 of futures, even in the local markets. And that's why many times we make up things on notional basis, many times we make up things on premium basis. So like I think 3 months back or 4 months back, we were in a debate and somebody said that we are trading so much notional, and I said that basically what is traded is actually the premium part, not the notional, right? And but we are the largest derivatives trading country in the world, and I said no, that is not true, because what is traded is premium. And in America today, on a monthly basis, they trade almost 4 or 5 times more than India's total derivatives premium, if you take options to options. And sometimes Tesla options alone, Tesla's options trade more than the entire derivatives market of India for months. And so we have made up in our mind that grapes trade more in numbers, whereas the watermelons trade less in numbers. We are selling grapes and we are largest. That doesn't work, and that's what we have made up. We have been made to believe by whatever incessant stuff that is going on, but we are not the largest derivatives market in the world by miles. We are like 20% of just the options market of America.
No, but the hunger is there. We saw it, and that's why the government stepped in. Thank you so much, Ashish Kumar Chauhan, for speaking with us. A warm round of applause for the ultimate bull of the Indian market.
Thank you.